Good morning students. Today we will start lesson number 2, how the dog found himself a new master. In this chapter there are 10 points. I will explain you each point. So let's read the first point. Dogs were once their own masters and lived the way wolves do, in freedom. Until a dog was born who was ill-pleased. Ill-pleased means old-fashioned way of saying not happy with this way of life. He was sick and tired of wandering about by himself, looking for food and being frightened of those who were stronger than he. So here, dogs and wolves are closely related family. And there were times when dogs used to wander and live freely, just like wolves, without any restrictions or constraints. Once, such a dog was born who was sick of finding food for himself and was unable to move freely in search of food. He would feel tired and was scared of healthier and stronger beings. Now we will read second point. He thought it over and decided that the best thing for him to do was to become the servant. Servant means attendant or helper who works for others, of one who was stronger than anyone on earth, and he set out to find such a master. Master means owner, ruler or sovereign. So after thinking repeatedly, the dog decided to work as a helper to someone who was the strongest or the most powerful on this earth. So he started searching for the strongest one. Now let's read the third point. He walked and he met a kinsman. Kinsman means old. It is an old word used for a relative. A big wolf who was as strong as he was fierce. Fierce means frightening, violent, डरा हुआ सा. Where are you going, dog? The wolf asked. I am looking for someone to take up service with. Would you like to be my master, wolf? I don't see why not, the wolf said. And this agreed upon, the two of them went on together. It means after a long walk and search, he met one of his relatives. This relative was a wolf who was not only strong but also had a frightening look. He asked the dog where he was going. The dog replied that he was looking for a master, and if the wolf would like to be the one, the wolf agreed and the two went on together. Now let's read the fourth point. They walked and all of a sudden the wolf lifted his nose. Sniffed. Sniffed means draw up air audibly through the nose to detect something. Darted quickly. Darted means moved quickly off the path and into the bushes and crept deeper into the forest. The dog was much surprised. What's come over you, master? He asked. What has frightened you so? Can't you see? There's a bear out there and he might eat up both of us, you and me. It means after walking a long distance, suddenly the wolf sniffed, moved quickly and went deeper into the forest. He was detecting something and was trying to hide. The dog was unable to understand this behavior, so he asked his master what was affecting him. Then the wolf told him that there was a bear who might eat them. Now fifth point. Seeing that the bear was stronger than the wolf, the dog decided to take up service with him, and he left the wolf and asked the bear to be his master. The bear agreed to this readily and said, let us go and find a herd of cows. I will kill a cow and then we can both eat our fill. It means on realizing that the bear was stronger than the wolf, the dog changed his mind. He left the wolf and turned to the bear. He asked him to be his master. The bear agreed to it easily. He suggested him to search for a herd of cows so that he could kill a cow to fill their stomachs. Now next, sixth point. They walked on and soon saw a herd of cows. But just as they were about to come up to it, they were stopped by a terrible noise. The cows were mooing loudly and running in a panic in all directions. Now here, herd of cows means a group of cows. Mooing means sound made by cows, and terrible means horrible. and in a panic means a strong feeling of fear. So after walking some distance, they reached a group of cows, but as they tried to approach them, they were stopped by a horrible noise made by the cows. They were mooing aloud and were running here and there because of fear. Now let's see to the 7th point. So let's read. The bear looked out from behind a tree and then he too ran hastily. Hastily means hurriedly, deeper into the forest. Now, why did I have to come here? Said he to the dog. It is the lion who rules the forest in these parts. The lion, who is he? Don't you know he is the strongest beast? Beast means animal on earth. Well, then I will say goodbye to you, bear. I want a master who is stronger than anyone on earth. It means the bear looked from behind a tree and started running quickly into the dense forest. He told the dog that this part of the forest was ruled by the lion. He was the strongest and the most powerful animal on the earth. The dog was surprised to hear this and he immediately left the bear. 8th point. And off the dog went to ask the lion to be his master. The lion agreed to it and the dog stayed with him and served him for a long time. It was a good life and he had nothing to complain of, for there was no stronger beast in the forest than the lion, and no one dared. Dare here means to be brave enough to do something. Touch the dog or offend. Offend means upset or annoy him in any way. So the meaning is, now the dog turned to the lion and requested him to be his master. The lion accepted and the dog started staying with him and served him for a longer duration. He felt good and enjoyed his life. He had nothing to fear and complain of. Now he was with the strongest master. Here no one was brave enough to upset him. Now read 9th point. But one day the two of them were walking side by side along a path that ran amid bare cliffs when all of a sudden the lion stopped. Cliff means a steep high rock often at the edge of the sea. He gave a great roar and struck the ground angrily with his paw with such force that a hole formed there. Then he began to back away very quietly. What is it, master? Is anything wrong? Asked the dog, surprised. I smell a man coming this way, the lion said. We had better run for it or we will be in trouble. Oh well, then I will say goodbye to you, lion. I want a master who is stronger than anyone on earth. Its meaning is, sometime later when the two of them were strolling together amidst high steep rocks, the lion stopped instantly. He roared aloud and struck the ground with his paws so intensely that a hole was formed there. After that he was on back foot. Surprisingly, the dog asked his master if anything was wrong. The lion told him that a man was coming their way and that they must run away to save themselves. Hearing this, the dog bid him adieu because he wanted the strongest being on the earth as his master. 10th point. And off the dog went to join the man and he stayed with him and served him faithfully. This happened long ago, but to this day the dog is man's most loyal servant and knows no other master. Loyal means tried and true, faithful. So it means now the dog went to be with man, he stayed with him and became his tried and true friend. This incident took place way back, but till date the dog is man's most faithful servant. So here our chapter number 2, how the dog found himself a new master, is ended.